Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is October 17th, 2023, and La Liga have filed a complaint against Granada for their actions in the match against Barcelona. Also, it's reported that Barcelona have already a plan in motion to continue renewing the contract of other players. And finally, we now know when will Barcelona be able to start signing players like they did in the past. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and I'm officially back in the country and officially back in my home and in my YouTube studio. So I will no longer be making those weird live streams that I was trying to make with my cell phone when I was out of the country. And of course, it's back to your daily Barcelona news videos. And tomorrow, it will be back to your regular scheduled live stream at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, having said all that, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you are looking to place any sports bet, make sure you hit to Bet Us. And if you are looking to buy any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you hit the kickback. Both links are down below in the description. Now, quick announcement, because this will be 1 out of 2 videos. There's a lot of news that I need to cover since I didn't make videos these past 2 days. So this will be the first video of today. I didn't want to make a very, very long video with all the news that I need to bring you. This is 1 out of 2 videos. There will be a second video being uploaded later. So stay tuned into that. But let's dive right into the news, because La Liga have filed a complaint against Granada for their actions in that match against Barcelona. Now, for some of you who watched that match, you could hear through your TV all the songs of Granada's fans singing Negreira, Negreira, of course, referring to that Negreira case that Barcelona are currently involved in. But that was not the only chant that Granada fans sang throughout the match, insulting not only Barcelona, but also insulting Catalonia and insulting Barcelona players. Every time they touched the ball, they would call them a son of a bee, and they even insulted the referee himself. The La Liga have identified a total of 6 different chants that they have decided to file a complaint against the club. And I'm honestly very glad that this is happening, because Barcelona have been abused by other fans all throughout the season and past seasons, and La Liga have refused to do anything. So it's really good and refreshing to see La Liga finally act on these insults and finally do something about it, because this needs to stop. And if La Liga is going to promote respect in the sport of football, they need to do it all across the board, not only when Real Madrid are the ones being insulted. Now, on to the next news, because Deco has given an interview today where he discussed several topics. I wouldn't recommend reading the interview or even watching it. It was a very long and boring interview where Deco really didn't touch on many things, because he's not someone who falls for reporters' questions or who gives a lot of information out. So not a lot there to discuss, but there were a couple of things, or maybe 3 things, that he actually discussed that were kind of note that I thought it would be important for me to share with you. And the first thing is that Deco has confirmed that Barcelona will not be making any signings during this winter transfer market. Now, I confirmed this in a previous video where I told you that Barcelona will not be signing anyone because of the financial situation, because of the very limited financial fair play wiggle that Barcelona have. Of course, they have none, because La Liga reduced the wage limit of Barcelona from 400 to 270 million euros. So Barcelona are currently over their wage limit. But today, Deco confirmed this through an interview where he said that Xavi hadn't requested any signings, and therefore Barcelona will not be making any signings in the winter transfer market, and they won't be reinforcing the squad, who Deco and Xavi seem to think they are plenty reinforced. Now, I'm pretty sure this also has to do with, again, with the financial fair play rules that don't really allow Barcelona to make any signings. But now you have it 100% confirmed coming from the mouth of Deco, who has confirmed there will be no signings in the winter transfer market. Now, one signing that will happen, and I won't necessarily call it a signing, because Barcelona have already signed Vitor Roque during the summer. But one thing that Deco did talk about was Vitor Roque, because of course I reported about in a previous video that Barcelona are looking to bring Vitor Roque to the club in January, so in the winter transfer market. And Deco was asked about Vitor Roque, and he said that it will all depend on the financial fair play, but that Barcelona will do everything in their power to bring the Brazilian wonder kid to the club. Now, as I reported in previous videos, there are plenty of reports confirming that Xavi Hernandez has spoken to Vitor Roque and has confirmed to him that he will arrive in the winter transfer market. The player has already began making plans to arrive in Barcelona in the winter transfer market, like look for a home where he's going to live, etc. And even Atlético Paranaense, some people from Atlético Paranaense have also confirmed this. So it's looking like 100% Vitor Roque will be arriving in the winter transfer market. Now, another thing that Deco did talk about was, of course, Frankie de Jong's renewal. As I mentioned in previous videos, Barcelona are looking to extend Frankie de Jong's contract, giving him a very long contract where he would agree to a salary deferral during the first half of the contract and then eventually a salary reduction during the second half of the contract, because Frankie de Jong is the highest earner player in the entire Spanish league, where he's going to earn close to 30 million euros this season. Barcelona, of course, cannot afford that, but Barcelona also want to renew the contract of Frankie de Jong because they consider him a cornerstone of this team. So Deco was asked about the contract renewal of Frankie, and it seems that this renewal is right now stuck and not moving forward, where Deco confirmed that he has introduced himself to Frankie de Jong's agents and kind of like made that initial contact. But so far, there are no talks between the club or Frankie de Jong to currently extend the contract of the player. Now, it's reported that Frankie de Jong is happy in Barcelona. He wants to stay in Barcelona, but he doesn't seem to be in any hurry to extend his contract. And it's reported that him and his entourage are still a little bit hurt about what happened in the summer of 2022, where the club tried to push him out. Of course, that was at the hands of Matteo Alemany, where the relationship completely broke between the two. But now that we have a new sporting director in Deco, the club are optimistic that that relationship could be repaired and that Deco could, eventually succeed in this attempt to extend the contract of the player and adjust his salary accordingly. Now, speaking of contract renewals, Barcelona already have a plan to continue extending the contract of other players, which the club consider the cornerstone of the team, or kind of like the most important players or the fundamental players of their team. Barcelona just renewed a number of players such as Marc ter Stegen, Alejandro Balde, Gabi, and Lamine Yamal, or 4 players that have just recently extended their contracts. But Barcelona are already working on extending the next players that they also consider fundamental, which are Pedri, Ronald Araujo, and of course, I already mentioned Frankie de Jong. So these are the 7 players that Barcelona consider as absolutely fundamental to the team, a cornerstone of the team. The 7 players that Barcelona want to build a project around, which are Marc ter Stegen again, Gabi, Alejandro Balde, Lamine Yamal, who have all renewed, and of course, Pedri, Ronald Araujo, and Frankie de Jong, who Barcelona already have a plan in motion in order to extend their contracts next. Now, speaking of Lamine Yamal, I do have a really cool statistic for you, and it's been revealed that Lamine Yamal, at only 16 years old, has become the most successful dribbler in the top 5 European leagues. Now, as you see on this chart, Lamine Yamal has completed the most dribbles with a score of 96. So he's in first place with Ousmane Dembélé in number 2, Cherki from Olympique de Lyon in number 3, Leroy Sané from Bayern Munchen in number 4, and finally Kvara from Napoli in the 5th position. Now, this is an absolutely remarkable numbers for Lamine Yamal, who's only 16 years old, and yet he's already topping the charts, having much better dribbling score than players who have been playing for much longer than him, which just goes to show how lucky we are to have this youngster on our team. Now, more news, and this is about when will Barcelona be able to start signing players normally? I've gotten this question before in a comment section. As you already know, Barcelona are having, a lot of financial problems. a lot of financial fair play rule problems where the club have had to either sign free agents or try to sign players on payment plans, not being able to really enter races for like big stars. And of course, this is going to go on for a while, but a lot of you have wondered how long will Barcelona be limited in what kind of players they can sign. And well, now the reports are suggesting that summer of 2025. So by summer 2025, Barcelona expect not to have any financial problems as far as signings, not to have any financial fair play rule restrictions either. And Barcelona will be able to start signing in a normal way, just like they used to do before by the summer of 2025. Which again would mean that Barcelona will be able to, enter race other clubs for like big stars, like Mbappe, Haaland, for example. I'm not saying that Barcelona will try to sign those players, but I'm saying that by summer of 2025, Barcelona will have both the financial and a fair play rule capabilities of being able to sign players like that, which they used to do in the past. Now, one player that Barcelona did have to miss out on because of the financial fair play rule restriction and their financial condition was, of course, Florian Wirtz, which I confirmed in the previous video that Barcelona were not going to be able to sign him, even though Deco would love to have Florian Wirtz in Barcelona. Xavi would love to have Florian Wirtz on his team. Florian Wirtz have said that he would love to come to Barcelona. But despite all that, I said that Barcelona are not going to be able to sign him because of the financial situation. And while this has been officially confirmed, where Barcelona are not going to be entering the race for Florian Wirtz this upcoming summer, because Bayer Leverkusen will reportedly sell him for around 85 million euros, which of course is a very prohibitive price for Barcelona. And it's rumored that Florian Wirtz will either go to the Premier League or go to Bayern Munich, who are pushing to sign a player who, again, will most likely sign for around 85 million euros, which Barcelona cannot afford. So this will be another signing that Barcelona will miss out on. And of course, summer of 2025 is when we'll be able to make push for players like Florian Wirtz. Anyway, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I'd love to hear from you. So please drop a comment down below, giving me your thoughts and opinions about everything that I share with you. And finally, subscribe to the channel. And again, this is one out of 2 videos. So stay tuned for the second video where I have even more exciting news to share with you. Anyways, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. And as always, Visca Barça.